What is good in the neighborhood? Man, we got some special things going up. SGA or Ant-Man? You decide.
Here to bring you the facts, data, and statistics up close and personal. Letting you decide if it truly is hate or debate.
Holds on, three-pointer. It's good. Wins the game at the buzzer.
What is good, everybody? How y'all doing out there? It is your man, MVP the Geek. And as you already know, is the one and only Mr. Hit 'em with that.
Yo,
The man said he back for the Gemini season in this
oh man,
joint. How you feeling, bro?
Scuddy, what's Scuddy? You know what I mean? Hey, welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Yo, what's
Yeah.
up, everybody in the hater debate space, man? Look, man, I know
Yeah,
it's been
y'all
a
talk
minute.
that talk to him too, y'all.
Yeah,
Y'all
I
talk
know it's
that
been.
talk to him, man.
I know it's been a minute. You know what I mean? Since I've been up in it, baby. You know what I'm saying? No Diddy, pause. You know what I mean? But look, I'm back in the place to be, man. Look, and I'm excited to kick off the good night. You know what I'm saying? With a good show, yo. MVP, what's good?
Man, I'm good, all the way good, man. I'm so good. I'm seeing the future. And the future I see, I know Ed said he don't want to be the face of the league. But that's how you go, to me, that's how you going to accidentally get it. SGA is nice as I don't know what. He deserves MVP this year. But I don't, in that too, in the competition of the face, if you was to ask me right now, SGA got a better team around him. He really does. And I'm not taking away from his game at all because he has unstoppable offense, even with the toughest defense. You got to play the game the way it plays. So flopping and all of that stuff, everybody does it. They got to extra sell things in times like that. But I think he's nice. I see a different dog in Ant-Man. The one thing is like, I don't know if it's his motor. I don't know if it's his ability to carry a team, his will to carry a team, but it just seems like his athleticism, his knowledge for the game, and the killer instinct that he got when he does turn it on. He's the type of person that whatever it is he's missing, once he gets that, I see him being the face for a while because it's gonna be hard to take that. Once he has it, I think he won't get rid of it. But in those two, I guess I say all of that to say, who do you think would be the future face if it was up to those two, with them being up and coming guys in the NBA?
Yeah. Well, all right. So I mean, let's unpack some of this, that you talking. First of all, shout out to SGA, man. He will be named MVP tonight. You know what I'm saying? Well deserved this year, man. He's been, the most valuable player. Now, when we get to breaking down some of the stuff you were saying, of course, SGA he playing with a better roster. And to be honest with you, guess what? They only gonna get better. They got
Yeah.
so many draft picks, man. They only was gonna make them super, exciting to watch because they're gonna keep getting younger and they're gonna be able to develop, their players. You know what I'm saying? And as you can tell, them guys really they go all out. They really like playing for one another.
Yeah.
Now let's get into the Ant-Man. As far as the face of the league, man, like he will. I feel like I definitely feel like he will be the face of the league because what I like about Ant-Man is Ant-Man shows up when the lights get big. Excuse me.
Yeah. That's
Like
very
that's the
true.
thing about Ant-Man. Let's talk about the two resumes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Ant-Man's resume, right? Ant-Man, you know what I'm saying? Multiple time All-Star, you know what I'm saying? Definitely a leader of a team. If you look at his resume as far as in playoff time over the last 2 years, Ant-Man took out KD and Booker last year. He took out the Denver Nuggets, at which he told the Denver Nuggets in Game 5 when they got smoked in Game 5. He said, "I see y'all in Game 7."
Mm-hmm.
and he delivered on what he did, and he went to the house and mopped them boys, and sent them boys home. Now, you know what I'm saying? He jumped out the gym a little bit when he called out Kyrie. I don't know what he was thinking when he like that's one like honestly, it's certain dudes in the league, like for real, it's certain dudes in the league you shouldn't talk to. And Kyrie's one of them guys.
Yeah.
Like if you think about young Kyrie, like is there's the clip out there where him and Kobe was talking trash. And you know what I mean, Kyrie stood on what he said. Like he like, bro, like you
You can't
not
block me. You're not
yeah,
gonna
like
understand.
you
You,
yeah, you're not gonna stop me. Like,
I'm gonna
yo,
find a
so
way. I'm gonna find a way, bro.
but and so I just that's one of them guys, man, like certified assassin. You don't want to, you know what I mean, poke that bear.
Hmm.
All right, so the next part to it is this year. You know what I mean? Because he ended up going to the conference finals last year.
And we still
They
with
ran.
Ellis,
They,
right? And yeah, yeah. Go ahead, go
he
ahead.
went to the conference, the Western Conference Finals last year. They lost to Dallas. You know what I'm saying? It was just I felt like it was Ant fought 1-on-2. You know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, you not only woke up Kyrie, but yo, like Luca's still giving out work too. So you know what I mean? And no, you know what I'm saying? Big Bodega, Big Bodega wasn't consistent in that series. So
Mhm.
all right, we get to there. Now let's go to this season. He goes in the playoffs, he plays Luca and LeBron. They kept
Talk
saying
about
Lakers in five. They kept
talk.
saying Lakers in five.
Lakers at five.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hold
And
on,
then
hold on. I got you. I got you. Yeah, cause you in here working. You working
yeah,
out. Hold up.
I
Hold up.
just want to unpack a little bit.
Look,
Yeah,
look, look. I got something for you. I got something for you real quick. Yeah, this is for you while you hit the bench real quick. Hold on. Lakers at five. Lakers at five.
yeah,
Lakers at five.
yeah. So that's what I mean. They was that's what they was spitting out here in these streets. And you know what I'm saying? Young fella went out there and mopped them boys in five and was walking through the city.
At five.
Yeah,
Walking around.
he
Yeah.
walked around the city,
At
man.
five.
Yeah. Say, why y'all get mad? Because I sent y'all home.
He told him, "Don't get mad when I send your old daddy home."
Man,
But in not so choice words. Not so choice words.
look. I don't care. You know, I'm a big Chef Curry fan. I'm not making no excuses. Even though Chef was out, you know what I'm saying. I really thought that the Warriors would have put up just a little bit more fight just to get Steph back on the court. I would have liked to see that, but at the end of the day, yo, look, hey, I put them down in 5-2. So like, hey, you look, Chef, you too late.
Bro,
The rest,
I had them taking that series because as good as Minnesota is, we talk about with Steph and they was getting buckets. But without Steph and even a little with him, buckets wasn't being buckets. Playoff Jimmy, I don't know. It was without the Hemi
I
this
mean, can I
year.
be honest with you?
Yeah.
What was pointed out is Golden State's
Oh, hold up,
problem.
hold up, hold up.
Uh,
Cause that's who they played too, right?
yeah, the problem with Golden State. Look, he took them down in 5-2, but the problem with Golden State, which was their Achilles heel, they was just too small.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And really, you know what I mean? Like that Timberwolves team, they're lengthy, they're tall. You know what I'm saying? They long arms and stuff like that. So, like, yeah, we as bad as people give Rudy Gobert this, all this kind of heat, and I'm one of those guys too. But Rudy does affect the game in a lot of ways, man. Like what he does, I don't know. I mean, I ain't all in that man bag, but he does affect the game in a lot of ways. So, needless to say, you looking at this resume, he's took out. You know what I mean? It's kind of like if you watch wrestling back in the day when Randy Orton came around. And he was like, I'm the legend killer.
Legend killer, that's right.
That's how I feel about Ant-Man, like right now in the league.
Let's
He the
go.
legend killer, like
Let's
he,
go.
you know what I'm saying?
Y'all heard it
And
here
so
first, man. We calling
yeah,
them legend kill. We calling them LK out here, man.
yeah, man. I really like your Ant-Man like that. But what SGA is like he like a guy, man, that what I'm saying, like one of those guys that you see that wake up every day, go to work on time, what I'm saying, come in, do his job
Come early, stay late.
100%. That what I'm saying, got his lunch pail. He bring lunch every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His wife make him take lunch with him. You know what I'm saying?
He'll run the double if you need him to run the double out there.
Yeah, yeah. So he that guy. Like what I mean? And you don't really realize how valuable it is until he take a day off. You know what I'm saying? Which
Right.
SGA rarely takes days off.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? You'll never see how valuable, like when you missing that person at work that you like, where's such and such at, man? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But if right now, like this series, I feel like what I do like about in the playoffs right now is we're going to get a new champion.
Right.
One of these teams going to win a championship that hasn't won a championship in a very long time. So that's very interesting.
So before we get off of them and go over to this NY thing, because it feels good to me, man. You know, I'm tri-state area certified. You know, I don't know if none of y'all know what that is. We'll get to that when we get to that. But with Minnesota doing their thing and having their team how they are, and I watched a lot of what Mace and what Cameron was talking about today when they were saying how he's gonna have to score at least like 28. And also, my question to you, because I mean, I really do need Anthony Edwards to come out here and get major buckets. I really do need that. But first and foremost, who do you think has the best number two on that team? Because you got
And what
Rand,
in that
because
series
you
right now?
right, because you know you got Randall on the Timberwolves. It's like the number two scorer.
Yeah, the best number two, honestly, the best number two is uh Jalen Williams. I'm nothing against Randall because I
Oh
know
no, no,
Randall.
I'm
I
not.
know
Hey,
because
I'm
no,
not tripping.
I'm a fan of Randall. To be real with you, I didn't want Randall to leave New York this year. I was loving it. I was like, we put this Villanova forward with Randall, yo, we gonna be ill. You know what I
He's an
mean?
animal,
So,
man. He's an animal.
but it went a different way, and I'm all right with what's going on right now because I ain't gonna front the big bogey. The big bogey had me a little worried because I know how he can be inconsistent at times, but the bodega been open real late lately, you know what I mean? So
I
y'all
ain't gonna
come
lie.
by and stop, get all your needs, you know what I mean?
Hey,
Big
it was
bodega.
people. Look, bro, it was people on here giving you shots out to the big bodega out here. It was people letting you know for real, bro. For real, man. People was really giving you shots out on the big bodega out here, man.
Bodega open is open real late. Look, we got food, we got whatever you want. Come by, you know what I mean? Stop by. You need
Yeah,
a pair of socks, it's late, yo. You come get that too.
yeah. Well, while we talking about him, what do you see him doing? What is that tonight? Tomorrow night? The Indiana
Oh, that's
Pacers.
live. That's live. That's live right now,
Okay,
Pete.
yeah, yeah.
Listen,
So
I'm
let's go
work.
ahead and do our yeah,
I'm
let's do our
working. I'm
predictions on
working
that.
and I'm working, baby. I'm working and
Yeah.
I'm working.
Yeah, let's do our predictions on that real quick, man.
Oh, you already know. Lock me in, man. Knicks. Yeah, NYC. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna set the tone early.
I saw the post
What?
today, Knicks and 6.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be in
I,
six.
I put it
Cause
like this.
I'm not going like this Indiana team. Like that's I'm gonna be real about this. This Indiana team is I like this team because they like 9, 10 deep. Like you know what I mean, and it's not like they're not selfish. They you know what I mean. Tyrese Halliburton, he's an all star, and he does you know what I mean. People slight him a little bit, but he's perfect for that team, bro. He's the engine to that team. He's the driving force. Like he doesn't have to go and get 30. You know what I'm saying? Like just him
Uh-huh.
orchestrating the offense. He's a double guy. Like yo, he can get you, you know what I'm saying, double, you know what I mean, 10 points or better, and he get you 10 assists. You know what I mean? So
Easy, easy.
and he can push the pace or he can slow the pace down. That's what makes him, you know what I mean, deadly. So no knocks to that Indiana team, but see, they left a little bad taste in us because you know what I'm saying. They beat us in 7 games last year, and we was only playing 3 or 4 players. It was
Right.
3 or 4 players. You know what I mean? We only had 3 or 4 players. We took on a 7. So now we
And
got you know what I mean. Now
remember y'all was crippled.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said
Yeah.
that's yo
So
Pete.
do
That's why
you
I'm saying 3 or 4 players.
do you agree
We
with
was
so
playing
you
six.
go
We was
ahead.
playing six, but 2 of them was hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Do you agree with Cam when he said the Indiana Pacers got the same basically the same team,
yeah,
but y'all was hurt last year.
yeah.
Hey, a matter of fact, I ain't saying no y'all. I'm with New York.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with New York. I'm from man. Come on, man. Don't play with me, man.
You got a hundred guns, a
Nah, I'm
hundred
out there.
clips.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. I'm
yeah,
with New
yeah,
York. Yeah, man. I'm rolling
yeah.
with them. I'm
See,
rolling with.
hey,
I'm
yo,
not
hey,
gonna
yo,
pull a. I'm not gonna pull a Trey. Let me out either. Cause
yeah,
what I
see
want
that.
to see in
Oh,
the
I'm glad.
finals.
I'm glad you
Yeah, I
referenced
ain't gonna
that.
pull it. I ain't gonna
Look,
pull
Pete,
that.
I'm glad you referenced that because if you looked at the interview, you know what I'm saying, after we finished Boston, my boy Jalen Brunson was out there with the black Scully on, black shirt, looking like, you know what I'm saying, cube off of, you know what I'm saying, boys in the hood.
Yeah,
Like he just smoked something, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
He was
Funeral
real.
service.
I seen
Funeral.
it. I peeped and I bet you I didn't see what he was wearing on his feet, but I bet you he had some Chuck Taylors on.
He probably was listening
Yeah,
to the soul tape
yeah, he
back
had some
there.
Chuck Taylors on real fast.
Listening to the soul tape or something back there real quick on him, man. Well, yeah, man. Hey,
But
do you
yo,
know?
who you rocking with? Pete, hold up. Don't try to
I
slide
told you
past
no.
there.
I got a
Oh,
hundred run.
oh, you,
I'm running with them. I'm running with the Knicks. I'm running
all
with the
right,
Knicks.
okay.
No disrespect to uh anybody that they have on Indiana's team, top to bottom. They've been lit. They've been legit. They did the same thing last year.
Yeah,
I don't think they can beat the Knicks with Carl Anthony Towns. I'm not gonna just say that it's on Jalen, but it is gonna be on him because I don't see nobody on his team that can stop him. When foul troubles go different ways and you got to play your game different, we know
yeah.
somebody that's gonna play the same game. We know one person that's gonna play the same game, and you're not gonna stop him down, man. Come on, 6 foot. He gonna do what he want to do all the way inside and outside. Leave him open because you tired. Hand down is what?
Man down.
Come on, man, all the way, man.
Facto.
So
Facto.
who do you want to see in the finals?
Oh, yo, Minnesota versus New York.
Ah,
Then you gonna see who got the best trade, who got the better of the
okay,
trade,
right,
who got the better of the trade.
right. Who do you
Yeah,
think? Who do you?
Minnesota and New
Who do
York.
you? So who do you think? Straight up, right now, cold take before it even happened. This from the
New,
city too. This from the city too.
yo, word is born, yo. Listen, yo, go under the mattress, get all your bread, man. Put everything that you have in the stash right now, and puts the chips to the table. New York wins a championship this year. Yeah, yeah. Facto.
Let's get
Hold on,
it.
hold on, hold on. Hey, Pete. Facto.
Facto.
Yeah,
Let him cook now. Let
yeah,
him cook.
Hey,
yeah,
bro. And right now I think NYC gonna need, they needing that money right there. That's gonna be
yeah.
great for the city. It's
Well,
gonna
hey
be
Pete,
great for the city out there,
you
man.
know it's gonna be crazy because after we win the chip, people gonna be lining up to come to NY. I
Yeah.
seen something about. I don't know if this
Yeah.
was a real post or a fake post, but Giannis talked about he went out the Bucks and he went NY. I said, oh, we
What?
got a place
Look,
for
why
you.
not? Look, why
Yeah, we
not?
got somewhere for you.
Ooh, look, ooh, why not? Ooh, him with man, him cat man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, they're gonna have to lose a couple pieces, but
And
man,
I don't know if people are really basketball fans, bro. I'm not
hey,
not for real. I'm being so serious right now. Look at the Villanova, them boys from Villanova.
that squad.
Them boys won back-to-back championships.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean?
Hard
NCAA
them boys.
championship. You know that March Madness when they get madness and all that.
They even got
And
that. They
people,
got that commercial for
yeah,
them
like them
boys.
boys won that thing back to back,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
Like, yeah, them boys like that.
Yep.
And you know what was so crazy, yo? That JB, you know what I'm saying? 11, he's so humble, but like he not super athletic. He not super fast. He not the tallest dude. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like son, just your word is all about work. His work ethic is different, and then like his dudes,
His pops
his,
made him put him on.
yeah, but his dudes like that too. Like yo, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges. Oh, Mikal Bridges.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
y'all. All right.
Yeah.
Watch Mikal, and Mikal don't
Josh,
miss
I
no
always
game.
like
He
Josh.
never missed a game
Yep.
before,
Yep. And
and
I
he played
always
both
like
sides of the
Josh.
ball.
I always like
Never missed a
Josh because
game.
I like Josh since he played for us. And yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off on
Oh,
that.
I
Yeah, he
know.
he
I
never
know you
he
like
never
Josh.
missed one.
I know.
That's
Josh
not an
too.
easy
Josh
thing
like
to
that
do
too.
when you getting minutes like that. It's not an easy thing to do when you getting minutes
Right,
and
no.
run like that to
Hold up.
not
Pause
miss
here.
no games. Yeah. It's not nothing like that. It's, you gotta stay fit. It's a mental thing. So when you get hurt, you're not just going out there being all caught up in your own mind and trying to get caught up and acclimated with the system and everything the way it's going. No, you sticking around. You doing it. You winning it. Josh Hart, him, come on, man. That, like you said, that squad that they had together and it somehow stuck together or got back together in the NBA on that level. They know each other on a level that is personal with them. When you play basketball with somebody and you've ever played with them on a personal level, it's way different than just doing it on maybe a 8 or 9 game run or something like that. Maybe a Saturday or something like that. When you running, but your team's so good, you winning all day and y'all just rocking like that. When you got a team that's like that and y'all traveling and doing, and those guys done it like you said 2 times. Come on, yeah. You
Yeah,
when you get if you get two out of those people together, it's gonna make a difference. But having three, that's different.
yeah.
That's different.
Well, listen, man. Look, and like I think my biggest, if I had to pick a team that's probably the scariest team right now,
Uh-huh.
excuse me, it's probably OKC for real, for real.
Right? Yeah,
OKC,
yeah.
that team right there is. Listen, like I told you, that boy come to the office every day. SGA, he at the office. He'll walk in 30. And what I really like about him, he's able to, you know what I'm saying, get his mid range going. You feel me?
Yep.
Yeah. So
I'm
and
with you when you said
his
that.
other
I'm
teammates, he puts his other teammates in position for them. But the part that is so scary about them is them boys hang their hat on that defensive side, bro.
Yep.
Like between him and Jalen Williams, bro, they had 7 steals yesterday.
Remember, if your
Seven
defense,
steals. Like, I mean, can you just like 7 just
that's like
between two
14
dudes?
points, right? That's like 14 points. Because
Yeah,
remember what our team showed. If you got good defense, you don't even need to play on offense. That transition, you're gonna eat them alive.
back
You're
though.
gonna eat them alive.
And that was the only problem in our team. Like, we just couldn't be consistent as far as hitting layups
And
at that time.
layups, forget they running. They running, bro.
I've been replayed the season. I'm like, man, damn, like we been turning the ball over. We getting steal at the steal at the steal at
Steal
the
after
steal.
steal, bro. We supposed to
And
be
but
running
it's
it
just
up.
like they run down, and there's certain one of them that's not coordinated enough to run down and orchestrate their own shot. They're one of those guys that, like, you know what I mean. That's when we need somebody to set it up for you to get your shot. But
Right.
for you just to run down and just chuck a joint, like, you know what I mean. I ain't gonna call none of the kids out, but we done had a couple of them that just chuck it. You know you ain't no 3-point shooter. Why
But
would
you
you fling it from there?
in
You
the
ain't.
game that matter right now, boy, we could have reset the league with it, bro.
I miss them kids,
Come
man.
on now, dog.
I do,
Shout
man.
out, to the grind out parents and the grind out kids, man. Listen, y'all already know, man. It's hearts, man, all over here, man.
We got one
Yeah,
month. Y'all know we
yeah.
got 1 month, man.
I do,
About to start working it out. But yeah,
yeah.
man. Before we get off of this NBA, you got anything else to say before the NBA?
Ah, man. Listen, right now, look, we in a good gracing time right now too. Yo, WNBA is
No,
kicking
no, no,
off.
not
Yo,
not that one, not that one,
oh,
not that
all
one.
right,
The
my
regular
bad. I
NBA.
thought you
Now
trying
we
to get
good.
off. All
No,
right,
I was
nah, nah,
saying if
nah.
no, I wasn't getting off. I was just saying before like we left or transitioned from the
Nah,
NBA.
I got you. Well, say no more. My bad.
Well, we got a special look right now with our WNBA insider,
oh, she.
TT the Medic. You know what I'm talking about? Is in the
Yeah, dog
building.
right there.
Y'all show your
Listen,
love. You know what time it is.
yeah,
Hi
We in here in the
guys,
building.
yeah,
How you feeling, T?
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
How you feeling, T?
I'm I'm a lot better today than I was yesterday.
Awesome, awesome, tastic.
Fado.
Well, T, since you in here and we got Boogie
You
in
still
here,
sound low.
I'm sorry. Since we got you in here
Okay.
and Boog's in here, let's talk
Mm-hmm.
about that topic that we talked about yesterday. About that
Ooh.
Caitlin Clark
Ooh. Angel Reese.
and Angel Reese.
I blame.
Go ahead and leave it on in there.
As I stated yesterday when I made my lovely disclaimer,
Mm-hmm.
these are just my opinions. I will bring facts with them, but these are my opinions. I blame, like I said yesterday, I blame the press corps around the NCAA and around the WNBA for the narrative, for the way they have let the narrative continue and swing and pretty much put these two players in a very precarious situation, one of them being in more danger than the other, in a sense,
Against each
because
other. Basically against each other.
you put them against each other. One, you put in one. You have one player who unfortunately is people who are using for nefarious reasons, and hitting those type of people who are making it dangerous for not just Angel but other players of color, but more specifically Angel, because and it all started, if you ask me, when LSU played Iowa in the championship game in the NCAA tournament. When them two went at it, and they're in the darling that they were of the of the NCAA at the time could not capitalize and get that championship, and Angel did, and used her same attitude against her. That was the beginning of the end right there, as far as how the narrative was going to get spun. What I don't like about the situation, like as I stated, you have a commissioner who is not, I don't believe, is taking a true control. And there's only but so much she can do, but there's things you can do as a commissioner to make sure that your league is safe for all players in your league. There's certain parameters you can do. And I don't think I'm at least the way it's being presented, it doesn't look like things that necessarily are being done. I don't like the fact that they pit them two against each other simply if for no other reason. They do not play the same position. You have a guard being pitted against a forward as far as who's a better player. Their skill sets are made for their particular positions. Anybody who's watched the WNBA, NCAA, WNBA, Unrivaled, Unlimited, if you watch Unrivaled, the Angel you see from this year is not the Angel of last year. Unrivaled did her a world of good as far as helping her post up, get low posts, and really get those, fight and battle inside.
So, Book, how did you feel about? Am I echoing y'all?
No,
You
not
are.
not to me.
Okay.
Like I said, in the foul, I'm just like, eh. The reaction was overreaction, but I think a lot of it was the reaction. A lot of her reaction also was the emotion behind all of it, because at the end of the day, these are 22-year-old kids.
Right. And before we get into that, I'm gonna ask Boogie, what's your instant response to what had happened on that play?
Man, listen, I'm right there. First of all, shout out to the first lady. It's good to see you. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's get into it. So now, like they keep like he said, like they keep putting them together. You know what I mean? And honestly, it is big racially driven, and they both try to keep it. You know what I mean? Classy as far as like, hey, this is what the competition. This is the sport. Like, cause it's like, perfect example. It all started uh when Caitlin Clark was doing the "You Can't See Me" when she was going crazy as far as putting up points. And so then when Angel Reese came back and did that in the championship game, in a spirited moment, not like it wasn't like I'm trying to be, you know what I mean, hurt you or something like that.
Yeah, never. That's
We're
how we
competitive.
play ball.
We're
Yeah,
competitive.
competitive. Yeah.
So yeah, it started right there, but I just hate that it's dirtying up, you know, the development of the WNBA. Can we be honest? We trying to push this engine, but y'all keep trying to. It's little things like, all right, let's think it. Yeah, Caitlin Clark versus Anthony. Like he said, they don't even play the same position, so it's not like they're matching up. But I understand that what they bring to the sport as far as their following and everything like that. So you can't make it on that level because we've seen it with people saying Steph Curry versus LeBron. You know what I mean? So you can make it like that, but like that's just not miss the moment and appreciate good basketball between these ladies, man, for now and years to go. You know, so they both have grown the sport. And like he said, Unrivaled definitely helped Angel Reed's game to go to another level. Free, like really confident in so you know what I mean? And again, she even came out with playing, you know what I mean, with her hair on fire too. So like I wanna see the season. It's some time, we got some time. But don't get it twisted because it's still the OGs that Asia Wilson, Nafisa, they picking
Stewie,
up where they left off last year. Stewie still out there.
Stewie,
Sabrina,
like
yeah, like it's levels.
exactly.
It's levels.
Kelsey
It's
had a whole
levels.
34 points in the opening
I
game against the
seen that.
Valkyries,
I seen
and
that.
it got overshadowed because of the foolishness that I blamed the press and I blamed the commissioner for not getting a handle. Because at some point, the adults in the room got to sit down and be like, "Hey, listen, because you are messing up and having to put in, like you said, kind of muddying up something that's been developed 23 years. Dawn Staley, Lisa Leslie, Rebecca Lobo, Cheryl Swoops, Cynthia Cooper, and all that, they didn't put their boots to the ground for this to be going back and forth because you have the range fans, and there's the range fans in every sport, in every situation. But you got the range fans out here acting a fool, and you got media personalities who and Pete said this yesterday, and I get it.
No, I'm
Con-
say that for my take. Say that for my take. I didn't go yet. Yeah, say my take. I'm
Okay.
going. Yeah, I'm going.
No, okay, I agree. Controversy. We all know, and unfortunately, drama and controversy sells.
Yeah.
I get it. I was Peter tell you if you watched the show last night. I was hot like fish grease.
Yeah,
Okay,
she came in with the rant.
I came in with a
wasn't
rant.
playing.
Hot
She
like
was
fish
the
grease.
rantula.
But after commenting and talking and really, reflecting and thinking on it, yeah, it is unfortunately controversy and drama sells. But at some point, something's got to be done because if they continue to let the controversy and the drama continue to push the narrative, somebody is going to get hurt. Be it anybody coming in to play in Indiana, going up. And we all, if those of us who grew up playing the sport and grew up playing ball, remember, a lot of us girls had to play with the boys, so we learned how to play bully ball. You learn how to play bully ball. And if you're really a fan of the sport, you learn how to be aggressive because you can't go to the basket and be soft with it because guess what? It's going to get knocked up out your hand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You was taught not to give up an easy basket. So it's a catch-22 no matter how you look at it. But they got to come figure a way to they both girls say it's a basketball, it's basketball, let's move on. I applaud them for not trying to feed into what the media is trying to have them feed into. But somebody, we can't figure out a way to control this, whatever they got going on, somebody's going to get hurt on either side of the ball, and that's what we don't want, because we don't want to see injuries, because the women's game has come so far from when when the league was started 29 years ago. The women's game in the NCAA the last couple of years have had more viewership than the men's. The tournament itself was more exciting because you had ups and downs. You actually had to watch the tournament because there was no clear favorite.
Okay, let me get back onto the what's the name.
Sorry. My bad.
Caitlin Clark and the Angel Reese situation, the way that I feel about it is just like how we said. You can go to the WNBA and look at them like how we said last year was starting off. They got the Magic Johnson and the Larry Bird. Before all of that was all of the years that you had the Bill Russells, You had the Bob Cousy's, you had the Oscar Robertsons, all those older guys, the Wilts, the young Kareem, the Jerry West, all those guys out there, Pistol Pete's and all of these guys out here. They were playing without a three-point line certain times. So
That's
the
true.
WNBA did not start with a three-point line.
That is true.
And again, like if you had the money to go to an NBA basketball game, that's what it really was about back then. They didn't really sell out any of the places that they went to. It was always in jeopardy. It was looked at as a joke. Like women see their game now and they look at it like how it is, but forget. You look at the camera equipment, even where it was. That's how long the guys been at it and built that so they can piggyback off of it. And I'm not saying that like you didn't have to do no work and it wasn't women's players the whole time that weren't on a level where they could have their own professional league. But when we get down to them two and the prejudice that's inside of it, I can't take the sides of a black or a white thing. I could take the sides of what the play was. And you saw we rewinded it a couple of times. And the angle on it, that wasn't a flagrant foul at all, first of all. Secondly, like I said, if you got to jump up at somebody like that, I played basketball, not on as high as a level as Boogie has, but I played basketball around the United States. And anytime I got up on somebody like that, that's somebody that's an enemy. That ain't somebody that you respect in as in basketball. And remember, prior plays before that, it was a play that her teammate had got fouled out really, really hard in front of the referee like that. They didn't call nothing. And even with that still being in the air, it wasn't no foul where she, remember, you saw the flop where she turned around and even tried to grab her arm. She did that. She did that. That wasn't no, with everything that they're dealing with, this is what they have to go through. We had to do it. It made the league what it is. Think about women's soccer when it first started. They had to do the same thing. They can't take it easy. And what the league is, what the league is. You can't get in control of what the fans do. That's outside of it. Inside of the game, you can enforce rules differently, but you can't change the whole game off of these people not being able to do what they signed up to do, and they're getting paid a lot of money to do it.
I get where you're going, and the only point I disagree, only thing I disagree, and it's not necessarily disagreeing with you, is that I understand, looking at just in basketball and not wanting to get into the schematics of the race of it, and it's not really everybody. It's not really the schematics of the race. The problem is you can't really. It's hard to distinguish that because it's the narrative that is being pushed. That's the narrative that is being pushed against pitting. You're pitting not only two players against each other who do not play the same position.
But that's what I started with Magic and Bird. That was a point guard and a small forward. They didn't play the same position. They came in college from high school on the same tip. I addressed that first.
But here's the thing. What's the difference between...
Remember, the racism back then was way different.
Exactly. But here's what I'm saying. Here's my point, though.
It was a race issue. When it was open, it was into the public. It was into the game.
But here's the thing.
It's not the same thing.
They expect men. The problem is they expect men to be aggressive. They expect men.
Who is the they?
Society and the narrative that's being pushed is you expected the men to go out and be hard. They don't expect that same aggressiveness.
That's to go to work on a job, right?
Exactly. They don't expect that same one from women. That's what I'm saying. The narrative that's being pushed that way.
We're not talking about going out and working at an office. We're talking about basketball.
Exactly, but
the expectation is the same because we're both going out to not work a job. We're going out there to listen. We're going out to play basketball. And we even said it. They play less games.
You know that.
You're supposed to play 82 the same.
You know that, and I know that. You know that, and I know that. I'm not saying when it comes to true basketball fans, yes, you know that, and I know that. That's what I'm saying is, it's the narrative. That's what has gotten the situation so out of pocket. Is the narrative because they don't. No matter how you slice it, they expect men to be aggressive and men to be society, and those who are pushing the netter, they don't expect that from women. So when you see women who are true ballers and want to play and who want to play, who play and play hard and play hustle and play aggressive, oh, then it becomes it becomes a sidebar issue. The same, and the problem is if in it's frustrating because when you take for example the Derrica Hamby situation, okay, men basketball players, I don't think number kids, what number have you? Women play basketball, but it's like, okay, you had made a woman try to figure out, okay, how to play, be a mom, and whatnot. Now, granted, it's gotten better, but when she had to deal with the whole pregnancy whatnot issue, there was a whole surrounding. Oh, she's not doing her job. She's not, you know, putting in the work. She's not keeping up to her part of the bargain. So it's not that. Unfortunately,
is that a true or a false narrative?
It's I believe it's a false narrative because you look at Derrica Hamby now, she's doing
No,
her thing.
I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about right then with the kids and where that came from. Is that a good, or is that a true or false narrative? You chose
That
basketball over your children. Is that a good or a bad thing on women? And I saw how you looked like that was a bad question, but that was as direct as it can get.
that's I understand the question, and for me, that's false because that's telling me because that's, and I say that as a woman because if you come at me and tell me I gotta choose one, I can be a good mother and have and be a good ball player. I can be
That's
I
adding
can
you
I
to the
there's
equation, though. We were asking about old girl and what they were talking about. We don't want to put you into this. That's making it too personal.
no.
We talking
I
about
believe
her
yes,
and
as
their
a woman.
situation. So what I was saying was that a true? Do you think that was a true or a false statement?
That she couldn't do both.
Yeah, because they were saying that she couldn't. While what was it? She wasn't being a parent at the time.
No, it wasn't that she wasn't being a parent. It was the fact that she had gotten pregnant and was trying, and there was issues within her pregnancy and coming back and whatnot, and not and the issues behind whether she was in breach of contract. It was a because there's still is a still an ongoing issue. So eventually I want to delve into the specifics of the schematics of that, but
Nah,
for
but
my own personal for our own personal dealings. But that
Go ahead, Boogie.
no,
yeah,
no,
go ahead,
no,
Book.
no, 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 no. I know what you're speaking of, and yeah, it's a little piece to it. It's a little gray area right now. We're still trying to
Yeah.
figure out the logistics on that part. But I definitely feel what she was going at. She was definitely dropping some jewels in there. But ultimately, at the end of the day, like I think we kind of got some good points out of there. Like you know what I mean, like as far as it being having some racial issues that are being given over just the competition of the sport, because that's what we don't want to happen. You know what I mean? And we have seen it in the past as far as in the NBA. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pete eloquently spoke about, you know what I mean, the Bird and Magic situation. But it's just like, yeah, with these girls, like, right now, for what they fought for so hard, where we at with it, because the sport, the brand is really, it's on the cusp of, as far as to finally start to get their, their just due. Um, so you know what I mean? Like, like we don't want to. Like, I just hate that. You know what I mean? We kind of, like I say, muddy it up a little bit to make it more about, like, let's just talk about the play on the court. Like, all right, we just seen hard fouls in the NBA. All right, it's a hard foul. So what? I don't care what it was about. Like, if you
On the
don't like me, I
sport.
don't want you to like me because that's what competition is. That's what it's driven off. You know what I mean? Like, but as long as it ain't like a super dirty play where, like, all right, they can potentially injure you and take you out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I'm at. Like it's gonna be hard fouls, bro. Like think about like when we was coming, like when I was growing up and watching like the Knicks and the Knicks and the
And the
Chicago Bulls,
Bulls,
Detroit and the Bulls. Like, you know what I mean? So we
Isaiah
didn't see,
Thomas.
yeah, we didn't see. Hey, the Lakers in the Celtics series. Like them series, like you gonna see a little. I'm gonna chop you. I want you to know.
Yeah.
So like really, it's a mind game when you do that because it's like, let me see what you. If I could take you out your game right here and there, that's good for me. But if
Mm,
you fight and you resilient, you like, all right, you hit me again. Like, all right, we good. And I'm going to the line and I'm scoring, and you losing. Now I done took, you know what I mean, and turned it into my favor. So yeah,
mm,
like I like it. Like
yeah.
like I think that's what makes it for guys like you know what I mean that's just getting on because I was having this conversation with a guy at my bar, right? And so like that was the day like it wasn't the first day Friday, it was Saturday when they had the bigger games of the WNBA on and they had, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
the Liberty and the Aces and then they had the Fever in Chicago. And and he was like, man, it's just so like he's like, when the last time you done seen people get excited about like watching these games? Like, and I'm like, for me, I'm like, bro, I'm a women's college basketball fan. Like I've been really fanned out like back in the day when like the Tennessees was running things and when UConn had they put on everybody that like you know what I mean. I've been watching this game. You know what I'm saying from those times, man. So like so now like for me like I like this is nothing new to me, but I do love that you know what I mean how people are polarized by it now. Like all right, yo, hold on. All right, let me watch the Caitlin Clark then. Let me watch whether you like Angela Reese or not. Guess what? You still
You gonna
watching.
watch it.
It's kind of like Floyd Mayweather. Some people like one thing about Floyd Mayweather. He was a smart businessman. He like I want to do business with the people that don't like me and the people that like me. You know what I mean? Because either way, y'all both gonna buy the fight. You know what I
Getting
mean? So
paid. Yep.
We both
yeah,
been, and
I went on a little
it's
tangent. But
frustrating. It's
yeah,
frustrating that the way they put the games too because it's hard to get. You got some of the games like 2 or 3 games on at the same time instead of putting them kind of spreading them out, so it's kind of hard to watch. And the draft class, no, these girls came out. This draft class was not a bad draft class. You got like, and what frustrated me is the number one pick was Paige. Everybody's so busy on this, ain't nobody said nothing. It's hard to get Paige, and Paige had a great opening game.
yeah,
Paige had a
yeah.
great opening game.
Are you
You know, so
talking about
it's
like
just
the media not covering that?
Sure.
say that again.
I said, are you talking about the media not covering that, or are you saying that's how overpowering that situation was
That's how
with
overshadowing that
Caitlyn and
situation
yeah,
was.
yeah, I hate that. Like
That's how
the only
overshadowed
reason,
that situation. Because, like I say, like we said, the Valkyries brand new expansion team sold out their game,
Yeah.
sold out that game. They lost a little bit because Kelsey came out there just
No, that was
the
a close
bad.
game. T. That was a close game. They only lost by like 2. That game
Whatever.
had got close. It got close.
Kelsey,
I was
Kelsey was in
watching.
her, Kelsey was in her bag.
No, Kelsey. No, Kelsey did go crazy. She did go crazy.
Then you had the dream that came out like the drink. Tahina and Alicia Gray and Ryan did their thing. I
Yeah,
mean,
I seen
yesterday's
that.
game they beat the Fever by what I want to say it's by 2.
Yeah, they did. That was another one.
And but they were still, and even with that, it's still this particular situation. So it's been so overpowering and overshadowing that it's clouded. You know what's coming out, and this is just the season just started, and we got some good. There's some good players on these teams, and it's
Yeah.
like
Well, they
let's.
mixed. That's what.
oh, go
That's
ahead,
what.
Boogie.
And T. I think we could agree on this. They kind of moved some players around that we was used to seeing in certain. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
So like
mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that they're trying to do something, man. Try something a little bit differently, man. Like because even DeWanda Bonner going to the Fever, I think that's going to take
And who's number
everybody's so caught up into the whole Caitlin Clark part, but I think that like Bonner being there, I think that's going to help them go to the next level. Like so, it's just little
3?
different people landed in different places. I hate that Bree Hall didn't make a roster.
I can't see that. What that
What's up?
I'm just showing
his
y'all this.
six
Oh,
pick?
good, go ahead. I'm just showing
Uh,
y'all. I hit on everybody on that
Oh,
yeah,
his
game. What Paige came out, I knew what was going on, but Wifey went out there and bummed the game up, yo.
But that's
Yeah.
what I like because you got
She
Sydney
had
Coulter
4
who left, who
points.
went to the Fever. So her and Dewana over there with
Yeah,
that different type, that different veteran flavor, which I think Dewana being there is actually going to help Aaliyah Boston
she
because
I
played.
there's really
know.
She
I
played a whole
know.
lot better.
Aaliyah look good right now. I ain't
she
going front.
did.
Yeah, Aaliyah look
And it's
good.
been because there's been never been a big that can really help kind of teach her navigate the footwork. You know,
Yeah,
Jewel and Asia over there, that's a little different look. But it was
yeah,
is it was Asia having her shoe and everything else. So you would have thought they tried to push that, and yet they're pushing this. And then you got, like I said, you got the Wings, you got the Valkyries, a new expansion team.
yeah.
Let's do some of them. And then next year, I think it's Toronto coming out with the expansion team. So there's so many things
It's going.
What's
It's
that we
going to
can
go.
kind
It's
of
going to
pull.
elevate.
what sell more tickets?
I know drama and controversy. I
That's
know
what's
Yeah.
gonna sell out arenas.
I
They
mean,
gotta do
we
that.
get it.
They gotta do
competition
that.
and
That's
whatnot. And
but look, TT, it's you gotta take the good with the bad on that. That's what's
I
gonna
know,
sell
I
out
know,
arenas.
I
That's what's
know.
gonna
And that
get
look,
women
But
watching ESPN more than men. Like how remember the ratings are up.
yeah,
We
yeah,
got a whole lot of shows last year on WNBA right after the NBA and during last year. We really was cooking on it. Y'all know it. Even from when they came back around and we was talking about the college this year. That's why we grew this show with it. But the whole with them doing what they're doing, come on
let's be.
yeah.
Hey,
I know.
hold up. Let's see that. You know what I like? That's why they're able to come in and tap in here to get the fact,
now. The real.
data, and statistics. Because guess what? We not we trying to push the brand too, so you can come and get some insight. And we like to touch on all sports. Hey, like, look,
Yeah.
y'all take some time out and leave us comments. Y'all leave with, you know what I mean? Give us some time, man. Hey, we just expanded and we only able to do this because y'all keep coming to check us out. But
Look,
anyway,
I had to scoop me by T so I can give her a quick hug, man.
oh, okay,
You know I
all
still
right,
love
all right,
T.
yeah,
You
we
know I
definitely
still
need
love
to
you, T.
hug
Look,
you.
look. You know
All
I still love you, T. You know
What?
I still love you,
right,
T.
Look, like I said, I understand you
yeah,
gotta take the good with
I
the bad.
got
It's just frustrating to see it, and then it's frustrating because then you have like you got these outside people who are just now becoming fans of the W, and it's the
back.
new fans, unfortunately, that are tainting some of the because all they see is one thing. They don't see the work. They can't see what's coming ahead and what's being
That's how I felt
developed.
about LeBron James coming to the Los Angeles Lakers.
They
But
they
that's
just
on another show.
they can't they can't see what's being developed, so they're making they're making it harder, and then it's like okay, you putting just a lot of just aggravating. So, and as a league and as fans, that's going to something that going to have to they're going to have to take baby steps. Not baby steps, but just kind of work our way through to figure out the best way to make sure, like I said, that all players at the end of the day are safe, and we find a way to grow this league with great
And look, I promise
prospects.
you.
I'm
Look, I promise you this, T. I promise you this right here. The way they're gonna make sure that's straight is the way they learned after the Malice in the Palace.
Yep,
The
and that's
way they
and
learned after a
unfortunately
Dennis look, the
it's
way they learned after a Dennis Rodman, the way they
it's
learned
going to
after
it's
a
going to
Meta
take that.
World Peace, it's got to come to it for them to know
Yeah,
about it. Otherwise,
and
that is
that's the
still
sad part. It's
building.
going
That's
to
the best.
take.
No, you say that's the sad part because you wanted to be nice because women love women.
No,
On
I want
men,
it to be
no.
nice because I don't
Listen,
want it
listen
to
to me,
be like.
listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. Women love women, so I don't want to see you hurt and go through this. Men, you get beat up, get up off of the floor and show me next time you got to move for that. And they did it over and over. Look, listen. This is the best part about the WNBA. We're seeing them go through this right now.
That's
This
true.
isn't something that we should protect them from. This is something they got to protect themselves from.
I
What
don't
would
want. I'm
Jordan
not
have
saying.
did if he wouldn't have protected himself from the people
I'm
that
not
was
saying
following
protect.
him?
I'm just
Huh.
saying we
That's
don't
the
need
only
a whole. We
question.
don't need the entire bench
That's the
from
only
both
question.
teams coming off the onto the
Hey,
floor. We
look,
ain't
that's the
got
only
no type
question.
of game.
That's the only question, and I'm gonna leave it alone. What would Jordan be, and would his shoes be where they be if he didn't work out when they was beating him up out there?
Yeah, I ain't even
If
going
he
for.
would have waited for the
It's
league and
like,
them to say, "Nah, take it easy," it's
but if
Michael.
you think about a lot of great players, man. They come like when they do take a beating, they do like bulk up, like the Steph Currys of the world. I don't know where his shoulders came from.
I'm telling you.
Ain't no show,
Because he
ain't no
looked
show.
he looked
Little,
like a
it
baby.
looked like his uniform man used to fit when he first started playing in the league.
When
Now
he
he
was
got
he
shoulders
looked like
like,
a
yo, like
baby.
all
He
right, yo,
pumped
what's
it.
up?
Yeah, he pumped it, man. What
Yeah,
we doing
like
out here?
Michael Jordan. I swear, he was when he first got to the league, he was skinny.
He could just dunk.
He
He
had
go up
hair.
and over you.
He had hair.
Yeah, and
He
he could
cut
go
the
up and over
hair
you.
up. When he cut the hair up,
Bro, they
he
stressed him
grew
out.
shoulders with it.
They stressed him out, bro.
Yeah,
He went
grew
in
shoulders
there.
with it.
He thought he was it. Detroit said,
You should have
Mike,
been
hey,
talking
hey,
shit.
Mike was the first one. Mike was the first one out here before LeBron and KD. That the hair was thinning. The hair was
"Yeah,
thinning. But
it was over."
Mike embraced his joint and said, "I'm just gonna ball. I'm gonna go ahead and come all of my joint off."
He said,
I
"Forget
just
this.
don't
I'm
want to
out of
come to
here."
a whole Malice in the Palace and we got to go back and somebody got a whole tool in the locker room. They about to pop off on somebody. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you
Yo,
know
that's
that's the Gilbert
crazy.
Arenas and all of them things. But this is what you got to understand: the WNBA doesn't know about it because they don't know them like that. Like they didn't know the NBA players like that. Remember, you had players die from drugs. All
Now
of
look,
these
Lynn
things.
Bias
Then
got
guess
right
what?
before
Look,
he
look.
got after
But
he got
guess what?
drafted.
Guess what? Guess what's the best thing about the WNBA? Unless they go out and party and want to gamble away their career, they don't have to worry about what Lynn Bias went through.
That's true.
Well, hold on, Pete,
They're
hold on.
protected from it,
I don't
bro.
know, hey man.
That was a crazy era. It wasn't Limbaya's fault. That was that. It was some other things that was in play at that
Look at my face. And for the people that can't see the face that I have,
time.
it's
Yeah.
the face of a wins or win or win. No,
Okay, nah.
bro,
I got
nothing.
you.
He had nothing to protect him on
I
that.
know.
What is she talking about right now?
Yeah,
Protection.
protection.
You
That's
don't
fine. I
know
like
until
that.
you
You
know
put
it.
it
But
at
right now
that.
we
You
know.
took that.
Right now
You
we
took
know
that
they
in.
can't go out like that. We
Yeah,
know that.
you took that in. You tied it up.
Okay,
Tied
I
it
get
up.
Yeah,
it.
That's
we.
I
Hey,
nice.
follow
hold on,
your
hold
rules.
on,
That
look,
was
look,
I
look.
follow
nice.
your
I
rules.
like that. I like that.
You see that? I follow your
A little
rules.
bit, a little bit, a little bit.
You
I
cooked with
like
that one.
that.
You cooked with that one. I follow
I'm
your
just
rules.
saying.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just saying.
tied it
Look,
real nice.
I love the WNBA. To me,
Yeah.
right now, it's in the era of the WNBA is fantastic. That's where they are right now. It's like the wild, wild west of it. They're going to get through it. They're going to make it through because, like we said, the ratings are there. People want to see this. That's why that narrative is being pushed. I'm with you on it, T. I hate it. I don't want none of this. I hate it when they put Bird against Magic. And remember in their documentaries, they didn't get to be friends until they were shooting the video. And that's how the NBA pushed them together. When Bird was told by Rodman and Isaiah Thomas, if you were just another black player, I mean, if you were a black player, you just be another player. After that, they made them squash it on a press conference out there together. Next thing you saw after that, when they kept trying to do the racist thing, they put Bird and Magic there. It's ins and outs to it, and the
Yeah.
WNBA is on the way to it. By the way, man, shout out to that Asian Wilson commercial, man, because I be singing it at work, man. I
Look,
love it, man. I
South
love it, man.
Carolina did their
Yeah, I
big
love
one.
it, man. Y'all
Right.
already know me, man. Hey, man. Hey,
Florida
hey.
City did their big one. Shout out
Yeah,
to
man.
Benedict cheerleaders.
Yeah.
They were in there. You
Yeah,
know, shout
they
out to
did
her
that.
moms, Dawn. They shout out to Asia for making it a homegrown encounter, I think, and really the little kids. My daughter be singing it, so you
Hey, I'm gonna
know.
get some of those pink things for the summer too.
I ain't even going front.
I'm
It's,
I
finna
don't know.
get me some of them pink
I
things
like
for the
the blue.
summer.
I like the pink ones, but I seen her
it's the
wear some
blue
blue.
ones.
I seen the blue them joints. I was like, ooh, the
Oh, don't
blue
say that. You
was
know that's my favorite
strong.
color now. You know I
Blues.
rock that blue all day, man. I
Yeah, see,
love it.
AT,
Every shade of
you
blue.
said it at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep,
I
you
still
right.
want the
Look,
We
pinks
gotta
though.
get we gotta get the blue ones.
I
Yeah,
still want
you
the
right.
pinks though. I still want the pinks.
Yeah,
Blue my
I
favorite
gotta
want
have
color,
those.
but I
those
still want the
because those
pinks.
are
The
first.
pinks that they have in the cut. Just
Exactly, because those
yeah,
are the
but
first. Like I want
the
the
blue
blue
ones.
ones
I
to
need
come
those
cheap.
yesterday. I
I'm
need
gonna
those
get the.
yesterday.
I'm gonna rock the pinks when we go to see Nisi play, cause she gonna rock hers next year in her games.
I
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna
that.
go out there with it.
I'll
They'll
come
be
to a
like,
girls'
"Whose
game and
dad
rock
is
and
that?"
rock some pink ones.
Word up, man.
Like I was telling Pete, like I need to go to USC to the William Bryce because I done heard Sandstorm in the CLA. I want to hear it
Mm-hmm.
in the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I
Stadium.
got
I ain't never heard it.
I got one
Mm-hmm.
question before I go.
Okay.
one question before I go, because I'm sorry I went over the time. You know how we
It's
go
okay.
over the time, but I didn't mean it. But
We do
Kaylee,
what we do.
yeah, for real, man. I'm really, I truly am sorry, man. But Kaylee Heckle going to UConn. What do you feel about it, bro? From USC.
Yo, oh, that's on me first.
Mm-hmm.
Um, ah, I gotta see what the rest of the roster is gonna be. I'm
You
yeah.
got you got Az, you got Al Alfie,
I know, I
you
know, I
got
know, I
Sarah,
Mm-hmm.
know, I know. I
you got
already know.
Sarah Strong,
I already know. I already
Ain't still
know.
there?
Pretty
huh?
much. Yeah, listen,
You said what, T?
it's a
Ain't KK still there?
Yeah, KK's still there. This
yeah.
is her
Like I
soft. I
mean,
mean,
it's
her
a
junior
great
year.
addition. Like I don't like for me. Like listen,
Hmm.
I think y'all still are to
Yeah.
me probably the best team in the NCAA right now, and I just think that's just an extra complimentary piece. Like,
Okay,
come on, let me see what you can do, how you can fit into the system. Because right
One.
now, like Bud
go
and
ahead. I'm sorry, you in the
Strong,
middle.
yeah, go ahead,
No,
T.
you in the middle. No,
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 you
go
in the
finish.
middle. You in the
No,
middle. I'll put you in the middle
finish.
so I don't cut you
Finish.
off. Go ahead.
Finish.
I'm
Finish.
sorry. Go
Finish.
ahead. Go ahead. Finish
I
cooking,
didn't mean to
bro.
cut you off.
Finish
Finish.
cooking.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
no,
Finish
no, no,
cooking.
no. You good? I was just saying, like I just feel like that's a extra incentive right there. Like I really want to see that. Like that's gonna be so to see. Like and y'all already know. Like I love Gino. Like people like that don't know. I love Gino because Gino produces and he pushes them ladies to a high
Mm-hmm.
level and standard. Like if you think about the UConn brand, it would come from under that umbrella. You know what I mean? Like they really walk in excellence. I like it. You know what
Him
I'm
and
saying? If
assistant
you look,
coach. They've been together for over 40 years, ain't it? They've
yeah.
been
So
together, man.
so yeah, I like that. You know what I mean? But hey, I am also yeah. You know
You know it.
also Boss Lady Incorporated. You know what I'm saying?
Highest
Look,
paid. Hold up.
I still
Let's
rock
give it
with
up for
Dawn.
highest paid.
I still rock with Philadelphia Dawn,
You know what I'm
though.
talking about?
You know what I'm saying? I'll let y'all know.
Louis
You know
Vuitton.
what I mean? Gino,
Let's
I love you.
go.
Let's
I love
go.
you. Hey, I still want my plate of pasta, baby, but you know what I mean?
Talk
I'm
about some of
rocking
those
with
additions, man.
Don,
Talk about some of those
Don.
additions,
Yeah,
man.
you know what I mean? It's the God in me. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
Shout out to
yeah.
Embodied too, man.
Everybody, yeah. So you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
man.
Don
Shout out to
Sterling.
y'all, man.
Look, I ride with her to the wheel fall off. We can go in the house on fire, and I got a gasoline coat on, baby. I'm with her. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I,
So
I, I can't hate on that either.
I'm excited to see what we look like, man. Look, I haven't been on the show, but I do want to talk about this. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
I
get it,
didn't
bro.
get to talk about late transfer, but it was crazy because like I was having conversations. And I'm like, look, when late, everybody was like, well, what y'all gonna do? Late going. I'm like, look, I feel like Lay felt like she reached her ceiling as far as being at USC. And but the funniest thing about this whole thing is I was like, she only can go to a couple schools that's gonna fit her style. And you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad she ended up at LSU. I think that's gonna be like her and Flage, that's gonna be really nice. That's gonna be a really nice. I'm gonna be watching. You know what I'm saying? Peeking over the fence like my man from Home Improvement, the neighbor from Home Improvement. I'm gonna be
Let's
watching.
go.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna really see my face though. You're not gonna really see my face.
Just the
For the young
eyes.
kids that's missing it in the
Yes.
back, yeah, you just gonna see my eyes. I'll be looking over the fence
Hey,
to
little
see what's
boogie, little
going on.
boogie.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
I'll be doing that. Yeah.
What y'all got
Yeah,
going
so
on?
yeah, I did. I'm glad I got to touch on that a little bit because yeah, that's gonna be interesting. But yeah,
I think the
I'm
league's
excited.
gonna be open like that, right?
Yeah,
I think all
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they spread it out with the transfer portal. Like it's different with the men's, and then the men's it's even crazy. But I think they put it up in the air so everybody can have an opportunity if they had the money, and those teams or those schools was trying to give incentives for these players to come. Which you better if you're trying to be competitors and get the money to keep coming. You can't just get people to come and play now for nothing. I mean, come on, man.
Exactly.
They getting their 40 acres in a pit bull. I mean, they 40.
Not a 40 acres. But you know who I want to see? I want to see how USC, not South Carolina USC, not Carolina, but how Southern Cal's going to look because with the number of transfers And Juju still ain't gonna be ready. I don't think Juju's still
They're
gonna be
gonna
ready
take
the
a little
first half.
time.
And you
They
said
gotta
the
ease on it.
USC. Yeah, and I'm glad that you said that
But
because they're
hold
gonna
on,
have
let
the
me ask you.
battle.
Hold on,
But I
let me
always
ask.
said that.
Hold up. Pete,
Let go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
let me ask T this because T works in medicine.
Yeah.
Like what kind of time frame we looking at as far as Juju?
Because where Juju got hurt right in the time frame Juju got hurt, you looking at least 6 months of rehab and
Boy, that's
recovery
tough.
for
And that's just rehab right
that's
before
just
she get
rehab of an
cleared.
ACL. So you looking at least 6 months of rehab. You talking maybe total 8 months before she could probably really step back onto the court. And that's if you don't push it, because if we go think back in the day, and this ain't even basketball. You remember when RG3 hurt his leg? He
Yeah,
came back too soon, and that's one of the problems that he had and why he ended up the way he did. So you don't want them coming back too soon, and they're not going to let her come back too soon because that's their bread and butter.
yeah. All right, I like that T.
So,
I'm glad I pushed that T because I know all right, T do that
it's
medical, so
all
she
the
know.
transfers. I'm like, what's that going to look like, Tom? Because you got to have somebody that can help hold that team until you could get Juju back on the court.
Yeah. You do well. My question to you will be, well, do you think old girl that just this old girl from Notre Dame ended up over there too, right? Am I wrong?
No, Olivia went to TCU.
Oh, okay. I thought, yeah, I thought old girl went over there too.
No,
She got a
Olivia went
pair
to
of fresh.
TCU.
She got a pair of fresh. I'm out of there 11s on.
She
Yo,
told
yo, yo,
she got up out of there.
oh, yo,
Did you see the little confrontation when her and
Hold on.
Hannah kind of met up?
yeah,
He said, "Yeah, bro said he's in there learning for real. He laughing.
Mm.
He said baddies, everybody whipping, everybody. Yeah,
Yeah,
they talk
yeah.
about yeah.
Okay, we
It's
ain't
true.
turning it
Yeah,
into
they
Zeus
are
Network
baddies.
now.
Yeah. Hey, I'm with you, Huda. I'm with you, bruv. I'm with you, man. I'm with you,
He said
man. It's
turn it
all.
into
I
Zeus
love the
Network.
entertainment. Women watch us to play sports all day so they can just look at us. They do. Why you think basketball is taking place in tank tops and football is in the tightest pants you can ever have? Come on,
I will
man.
neither confirm nor deny that
I
statement.
mean, come on, exactly. But I know what you be looking at on the football field at those guys out there. I'm gonna just keep it
I be
rolling
watching the
with a
game.
big pause
I be
from
watching the game.
that.
I be
I
watching the game.
understand.
My
I
husband watched
understand.
this show. I be watching the game.
And that's
yeah.
how you play it.
Hey, listen. Hey, at the end of the day, look, yo,
Look,
the entertainment, the entertainment. Listen, I would look, you know,
I just got a whole
the
brand new Xbox. Man,
WNBA,
I'm
keep
good.
doing it. You know what I mean? We about to get some football for y'all soon, man. We gonna pump up the WNBA. We got some football going for y'all ladies too. Yeah, like yo,
For
I'm
y'all
all
baseball
about
fans,
that
don't
woman
worry. I'm gonna have the
empowerment. Like I got,
breakdown of the
hey,
playoffs, of
yeah,
the ACL, the NCL, and the World Series. I'll have that breakdown for y'all baseball fans when that come around in October. I got
nah,
you.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's definitely all upon and on the way, man. I promise y'all this, man. Y'all just don't. I mean, if y'all don't do anything, you know what I mean. And I'm trying to buy time real quick, so I'm gonna talk and stall it on out real quick. But if y'all don't do anything, I want y'all to do one thing, man. We got a new outro, just like the new show. I love to get everybody's shots out before we get on out of here, man. First episode of Boogie and Pete to the point. Boogie, go ahead and run them. Matter of fact, we got T in here. T, go ahead and run them down first, T.
Shout out to the whole hater debate family. Bug, I missed you. So
I like, I like.
shout out to the hater debate family. Shout out to JL to the three. Y'all keep him in prayer. He a little under the weather.
Shout out to you, JL to the 3.
Yeah, just shout out to everybody just that watches the show and keeps motivated, keep commenting, keep coming with it. We see them, we hear them, we listening. You got a suggestion? Look, tell it. You got a problem you don't like our takes? The link is in the link's there. Come on in the room.
Step
But
Come
on
the man.
up.
shout out to just everybody that watches. You know, I appreciate y'all fellas bringing me on. This is y'all don't. This has been so much fun for me. I'm loving it. Thank you. Shout out to Jay Breezy for putting that contact together.
Yes, he definitely did that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Just had to ad lib that a little bit, man. Because yes, that is
That's
the
all I
man.
got for you. Shout out to me. Oh, your girl made honor roll her first quarter. So yeah. Yeah. I had to toot my own home for a little bit. I worked hard.
Yeah.
Word is born. Bugs, run them down, Boogie.
Yo, listen. We back in the building, man. I know I've been missing, but yeah, we back in existence. All right. Yo, look, first of all, let's start right here. Let's shout out to the sponsors, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Planet Vapors, man. 12 different locations, 13. You know what I mean? Come get all of your vaping needs, yo. Yo, shout out to my boy, you know what I mean? Rock Bottom Studios over there, man. First black animation station. Look, we do this, we do that, baby. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my boy, you know what I'm saying? Elgin's own, Lugar's own, you know what I'm saying? The legend, the man, the myth, you know what I'm saying? Mr. 106, yo, look. Come get your production with this. All right, yo. Blind Fury, man. You already know, man. That's the bro, man. You already know how it go, man. Look, hey, shout out to Miss T, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to MVP, man. Look, we out here, man. Make sure y'all keep locking in, yo. Hater debate, the squad, we here.
You already and Bugs, I want you to stick around because I meant to have this for the intro, but I forgot, and I just loaded it up. That's why I was buying us time. Shout out to the whole Hater Debate crew. Shout out to the Embodied family, man. Y'all do and mean so much to me,
Right,
man. I
man.
promise y'all, man. Shout out to you, T. Shout out to you, Boogie. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Otherwise, that man, y'all stick around, watch this new outro because this is the new intro too.
Pulls up, three-pointer.